a frenzy. The blends be all the right cred, meaning credential. Best of both worlds when we rockin' over pearls in the instrumental. Are you ready? Set. Jump to the rhythm as hard as you can go. Keep it steady. To the letter rock. Turn it up. We giving a show. But can you rock it like rocket fuel? What you talking about? Space or out your mind? But can you rock it like rocket fuel?
EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to one of our favorite spots, venerable Soldier Field in Chicago. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Minnesota Vikings and the Chicago Bears. This is taken just shy of the 10 here. And a good return. He's across the 35-yard line, right around the 36. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. They'll start out here with a jet sweep. And an early how do you do right there as they're going to bury him in the backfield. Call it officially a loss of 2 on the first play from scrimmage. 2nd down. First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. From the gun, Winston. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's 3rd down.
It is tough to complete passes against zone defenses. The windows that you see open, they shrink pretty rapidly. How about being able to hit a moving target against a zone before the next guy can get there and make a play on the ball?
Not easy for any quarterback. No matter the situation in there, the defense won the battle. And now here's a deep shot that's complete. And he's going to be ripped down by the face mask at the end of this, and that's going to add 15 more onto the end of this thing. A big connection on that one. 47 yards. The penalty moves him into the red zone here on 1st and 10. On the ground, this is Johnson. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority 1.
Stepping up, he'll try and run. Give him 7 there on the tuck and run, and they're in better shape now for 3rd.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down. So they decline it as that will bring up 4th.
And I know that yardage and field position are keys to any game played, but you've got to consider downs when you're talking about penalties, and they wisely did not take that one and made it 4th down.
In the end, the opening drive, Charles, does yield points. Maybe not the touchdown that they wanted, though.
Yeah, but bottom line, they wanted to get something out of that drive, and they did that. 3 points, they won't turn that down at all.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
Go right, 319. Let's get off the field, D.
The former 2nd-round pick, this is Joe Mixon. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Shotgun now for Rodgers. He gets this in the hands of Mixon. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 17 yards, 1st down, Vikings. Just the first quarter, but tackling going to be so important going forward. They've got to limit plays like that.
And that's something when you see it happen early in the game and they don't get him on the ground, you can always tell that they were concerned about it going in. Because I can just tell you from my days, I remember being in college and worrying all off-season about our season open opponent. and they had a receiver that could shake and bake with the best of them. I tackled him on the first pass of the game, and the relief was incredible. Ended up having a pretty decent ball game. But if I'd missed him, it would have been a long night.
Counting down toward the midway point in quarter one. First carry for Royce Freeman, and he's got it across midfield and into Bear territory. They got 2 of the 3 they needed there. Leaves them with 3rd and just a yard.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense, and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
It's caught. Jones. And he will have a first down here at about the 40. That gain of 9 buys them a new set of downs. Nice job keeping that opening drive alive, and they're in plus territory, that part of the field where you really want to convert on 3rd down. They did.
Big-time pickup for them, and now I think the aggressive play callers think to themselves, this part of the field, I take my shot at the end zone, because the closer you get to the end zone, the field gets condensed. It makes it a lot tougher to run those routes. You still got a chance to actually run past people right now. Take your shot at the end zone early in the down and distance count.
The penalty moves him into the red zone here on 1st and 10. Now Joe Mixon. He'll get forward for 3 down to the 16-yard line.
He was brought down by Tom Davis. A 3-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 7 at the 16-yard line.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
Wide left. I'm coming. Check out me.
And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. The 2nd down play results in a loss of 2 yards. Now play number 7 of this drive, but it's a tough 3rd and 9. Shotgun now for Rodgers. Open man is Gordon, complete. And they corral him just a couple yards shy of the end zone. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
158. Back north. Kelly. Over Kelly.
Mixon trying to punch it in. Nothing doing there. They're going to wind up holding him at the 2. No gain there, and it's going to set up 2nd and goal. So stuffed from the 2. Now what?
You know me pretty well. What do you think I want here?
Play action?
Definitely. Let him get outside and create. And if he has to run it, he has a little bit more space.
And he pushes forward but comes up short of the goal line as he'll get a yard down to about the 1. This Bears defense trying to hold on. This is 3rd and goal. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. This Bears defense trying to hold on. This is 3rd and goal. Here's a run with Mixon. He is going nowhere as he is enveloped behind the line. No gain on the play, and what to do now on 4th and goal. And the 14-year trusty veteran able to knock it through, and that will tie us at 3-3. A dozen plays on that drive that ends with the field goal.
Let's go ahead and break out some of the old chestnuts here, right, partner? Keep the ball in front, rally to it, and make the tackle, right? No big plays given up, no balls over your head. Bend, don't break.
Hold on. Chestnuts?
You like
Come
that
on,
one?
what does that mean, break out just because you break chestnuts?
I'm not sure about that, but I'm just going with why they said that. I have no idea.
Now a throw right side taken in here to start this drive. A gain there of 12 yards and a first down for the Bears.
Timing is everything, and they work on this cut all the time. They work on all the timing patterns, and this time it paid off for them. Worked him to the center of the field, cut it to the outside, ball's delivered, gets both feet down for the completion.
First down, Winston. He's going deep for Brown. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. Second down.
One of the toughest things about playing defensive back is pattern reading, trying to figure out what they're doing. And on that one, they had the fly, just sending a guy downfield with the in route accompanying it. What people call
nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
2 sacks last week, another one right here. He's been unblockable lately, and I think that goes all the way back to not just his offseason, but the film study he's been doing during the week, because I think he's found matchups that he likes, and he's capitalizing.
A few times he's even defeated double teams. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 48, and his guys are going to take over at their own 48-yard line. He had a little bit of the turnover bug last week, 3 interceptions. Not an absolute disaster, but another one here. Do you start to get a little worried?
You worry about your team as a whole because you have to find a way to make those interceptions, quote-unquote, go away, and that means your defense. They've got to go out there and set and change and at least hold people to field goals. And if that keeps happening, they lose confidence in the quarter.
And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. Joe Mixon, his second touchdown on the season. And the Vikings have taken the lead. Gostkowski with the extra point. And the lead is now 10-3. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down now. Tackle there by Alex Anzalone.
Partner, I think from our experience together, we have learned that most offensive coordinators are going to tell you, if I'm going to run the football on first down, I've got to get at least 4 yards. They got 5 here. They got to feel pretty good about that one.
From the 40 now on second down. Winston, catch is made by Marquise Brown. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. A gain there of 12 yards and a first down for the Bears. A first down throw for Winston. He uncorks it for Snead, and that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's second down. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Jameis to throw it. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's third down.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you go make a play on the football.
On third down, Winston. And that will be incomplete.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
And no one there to stop it. Hits at the 8, but it carries all the way into the end zone for a touchback. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And coming off a one-play drive that was so deflating for the defense, what's their mentality? How do they rally here and stop this offense?
Well, hopefully there's some determination that sets in because they weren't ready to go on the last one. Give all the credit to the offensive guys for getting it done, but to allow a run of that length, that's just not being prepared. So now, are they determined? Are they ready to read their keys and make the proper plays?
And we'll see how determined they are. Now a fake on the give here as they try to run pass option. They'll flip this quickly out to Beasley. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's third down.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
Our score 10-3 with 2 minutes remaining in quarter number 2. A reminder coming up at halftime, we'll head to Orlando. Standing by there, Jonathan Coachman. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL in his second week of the regular season. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
On 2nd and 9, Rodgers gets it to Gordon. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. They get 14 there. First down, Vikings. Rodgers will bring him up to the line, 1st and 10. And he's 8 for 8 now, throwing the ball to start the game. Oh, a scrap for the football, and he's going to come down with it. A really nice gain of 25 yards.
First down, Minnesota.
Rodgers will bring him up to the line, 1st and 10. And he's 4 for 4 now, throwing the ball to start the drive. They go back to the ground now with Mixon. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball on this drive, and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play. Stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally, because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. Makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
He'll try and run it. And he'll be out of bounds, taking it just shy of the 10 at the 11 or the 12. What can't Aaron Rodgers do? The legwork there, getting him to first.
258. It's a party now. It's a party now.
Throwing on first down is Rodgers. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Intended for Julio Jones. Incomplete. Shaquille Griffin there defensively.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Now Rodgers to throw again. And that'll be incomplete with 11 seconds remaining now. The Pro Bowl wideout Julio Jones, his intended receiver. 3rd down here. This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10.
26.
Working from the gun, Rodgers. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Julio Jones. In the final seconds of the first half. And the Vikings are going to widen that advantage. Extra point good by Gam3hawk360's. And the lead is now 17-3. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
The Bears take over first down.
Let's go. Do it.
At their own 25-yard line.
Ready.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. Time here for likely one play, then off to the locker room, and they're going to have some adjustments to make.
They certainly will, and I think a lot of people are thinking to themselves, all right, take the knee, get out.
Through an opening, and there he goes. And he's in for the touchdown on the final play of the first half. The prayer is answered.
How did they get that done?
Good start to the season for him. He had the touchdown last week in the opener and a second one in week 2 now.
How about the pace he's already established, right? Not sure he can keep it up for an entire season, but don't burst the bubble because he thinks that he can.
Do guys go into a season with a goal for touchdown scored or yardage? What do you think?
I think every single one of the guys who's going to touch the football, they all have those types of goals. They all have those types of thoughts. And then they just have to see how the season unfolds if they can stay with it.
Unfolding so far so good for him. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. Now they run with Mixon. And an alley to run. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. It's a gain of 11 as the Vikings pick up the first.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. From the gun, it's Rodgers. And this one caught by Beasley. Now a loose football. The ball comes out, and this is picked up by the Bears. And they will take over at the 26-yard line. Well, he did what he's known for. He made the catch, then he turned into a runner, took the contact, and coughed it up.
And all I remember as a player, when they catch the ball, when those acrobatic guys catch it, you have to make them pay sometimes. You have to put it on them, big tackle, knock the ball free, anything you can do to slow them down.
They run on first down as they're able to get this forward for about 4. They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down, a very solid gain on that play.
I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you.
Then he finds Beasley complete. And he'll be tackled at the 23 after a gain of 3.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen, did not let him get downfield.
Well, they were handed great starting field position on this drive, but now they face a 3rd and 4. To throw, it's Rodgers. And this one complete to Reed. And he's going to be taken down here still a couple yards short of the first. Good defense holds him to only a yard, and it'll be 4th down. And Gostkowski's kick is good. And they double him up here. That makes our score 20-10. So they recovered the fumble, but ultimately could not take advantage of the short field.
Definitely a lost opportunity right there. I mean, they were in prime position to put 6 on the board. Ended up settling for 3.
And not a bad return. Here he gets it out to the 25-yard line.
Let's go. Let's go.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is a real, I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they...
And a big loss here as he's taken down. Fletcher Cox able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon. Now that after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23.
Slam. Check.
Winston. And he'll be hit as he releases it And that'll fall incomplete. Trying to get their tight end involved finally. That's the first time that they've looked his way. He's kind of been a forgotten man in this offensive scheme.
Yeah, it didn't look his way at all in the first half. And I'll bet you the offense coordinator made a note at the half and said, let's get him involved because he could be a big-time playmaker for us.
Check, 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 check.
Third and long for Winston. This will be caught by Brown. A heck of a play there on third down, but amazingly, they're still short for fourth.
Boy, they had a lot of real estate to make up there, but what a big-time play for them. Nice completion, excellent game. Now they're in fourth and manageable.
Just a little short, though, with that marker.
Let's go.
First and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. Rodgers now operating from the gun. He finds his running back, Mixon. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. A gain there of 21 yards.
Good route, good pickup for first down yardage, and that is a tough one to cover. The angle route, because a running back getting out of the backfield, if you're trying to cover that, especially if you're in the linebacker spot and you're seeing this play develop, he heads out towards the flat first, and that often gets you to overcommit running in that direction. Then he cuts back up inside you into the middle of the field. That's what we just saw there for a nice pickup.
Under a minute to go in this third quarter as they come up through. Mixon hit, and the ball is out. And this is picked up by the Bears. 20, 10, and he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Chicago. And a great return as they're finally able to take him down. This defense, Charles, they needed some type of a spark to help get them back in this game. I think they just got their spark.
No doubt about it. And you know, that's all they discussed. How can we get ourselves moving again? How can we get our team going? This definitely qualifies.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They'll be looking to make amends for the events of a moment ago. A fumble return for 6 points.
You absolutely have to protect the football. That's got to be priority number one because margin for error is starting to slip away. Now it's down to a one-score game.
And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. Better than a 30-yard gain as we wind down towards 30 seconds left in the quarter. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Back to the ground, this time with Freeman. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, 2nd down. And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Rodgers, Jones has it. And they're able to get this one past the 30 down to the 25. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Bears' 25-yard line. We saw a number of good games earlier today. This one might top all of those. It's been a dandy as we come up on 1st and 10. Looks like he's going to get a couple here on this first down carry, and that'll make it 2nd and 8. The tackle made by Todd Davis. Well, with the fumble he had earlier, we know how key keeping the football is here. That fumble earlier probably at the forefront of his mind. Just hold on to this thing.
It's also at the forefront of the mind of the guys who are trying to get the ball from him. And since they've seen him drop it on the ground before, they're doing everything possible to have him do it again. They need that turnover.
Now this one over the middle into the hands of his tight end, complete. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. The reception good for 7. It's third down. The offense on third down tonight, they've converted 4 times out of 6. Not bad. They're looking at third in the nose of the football. And he'll have the first down, getting this one to the 14-yard line. Officially a gain of just a yard there, but they do convert on 3rd and inches.
319. Go right.
And they're going to lose some on this play. Being knocked back to the 18. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down. Under 4 to go now as the clock runs and they come up on 2nd down. Rodgers from the gun, he'll throw. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down.
That would have been a great catch, but it's real difficult to hold on to it because it was contested all the way. Would have been a great play if he'd been able to haul that one in.
Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long. From the gun, Rodgers. That is caught right at the 10-yard line. And he'll be brought down well short of the first at about the 9-yard line. That was the 9th play of the drive, and they pick up 9 yards with it. Gostkowski's kick is good, and that will double their lead as it's up to 6. And that last field goal, number 400 for him in his NFL career. I don't know whether this will wind up a Hall of Fame career, but he's certainly been at the top of his profession for quite a while.
And that is without question, my man. One of the best kickers we've seen in the past decade or so. Big congratulations to him. Pretty nice round number.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive. And the pressure gets there, and Winston goes down. Fletcher Cox able to record his 5th sack of the season. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
Now, meanwhile, here's a 2nd down throw that's knocked away and incomplete. Brian Poole that time there to get a hand on it. The Bears on 3rd down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. This will be 3rd and 19.
Even. Hey, 5-0.
Now Winston. The Vikings after him, and they get there for the sack. Fletcher Cox in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. Here's Brian Anger now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Here's Gam. 12 yards on the return that time. And the Vikings, they'll be set up well as they take over in great field position. 1st and 10.
Touchdown, defense.
And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. It's a pickup of 5. Brings up 2nd down.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5 at the 39-yard line.
4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. And he got half of what he needed there, 2 yards, and it'll bring up a 3rd and 2 more.
It's a gain of 2 yards, and it's 3rd down.
Give me 18. Hey, check 26. X3. 218, jump.
To throw is Rodgers. It's complete to Watt. No gain at all on the play there, and that'll bring up 4th down. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts, as they'll get it with just under 90 seconds remaining. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. This to make it a 2-score game. And he has got it from 55 yards away. That was never in doubt. So barring something extraordinary here in the closing stages, that field goal should just about put this one on ice.
Yeah, we've got to find 2 scores. So, we're not going to exactly move it over there yet. It can be done, but, boy, it's going to be a little bit of a stretch for them, isn't it?
Yeah, they would have to move incredibly quick and have some luck, too. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. They might be thinking this is close to a lost cause here. Got to play it out. What do they need to do?
Well, they have a thought process in mind already, but they can't get ahead of themselves. They know that they need to score quickly.
Yep, 2-score game.
Onside kick and get the ball back, and then score again. But they can't worry about the last 2 points. The only thing that matters is scoring quickly. Then they'll take it from there.
A good pickup there, 21 yards. Working the sideline there. Good route, good catch. 1st down, and he gets out of bounds.
Now you have to like the play calling because you have to run some guys down the middle of the field to draw some of the defenders away. They can't just let them guard the sideline exclusively. That's how it's going to work. Sidelines and incompletions to use the clock.
A gain on the play. And the Bears, 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 46.
Winston. Screenplay, Johnson. And this one's going to go the wrong way, losing yardage back at the 42. It's a loss of 5 there, bringing up 2nd.
You know what the key to a good screen pass is, don't you?
Bet you're going to tell me. Good blocking?
Well, good blocking eventually. But first is good acting. You want to let the defenders go past you, leak out to whichever side or even in the middle where you want to set up the screen, and then you do your blocking. How about the read, though, by the defensive guys? They weren't fooled at all. And
this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by Brian Poole, and they have the football and will take over at the 24-yard line.
Obviously disappointing, but you had to go for broke here, down 2 scores. So that forced you to make some throws you definitely wouldn't want to make. And I think this interception is going to pretty much write an end to this one.
A run there on 1st down and a pretty good one of 5 yards, so make it 2nd and 5. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down.
2nd and 5 at the 29-yard line.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Again, it's Mixon. And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. It's a 1st down on a gain of 10. So the final seconds have ticked away in this Minnesota victory, and they were spurred on by a strong performance in that 4th quarter as they held their opponents off the scoreboard.
Everyone wants to pitch a shutout for the entire game, but when you throw one in the 4th quarter, that tells everyone that you're getting strong. That you close, the way that you finish, that gets preached to you from the